Jeff Rowe from Two Hacks Garage. Well, guess what, guys? Back in Kenny's Hack Shack, and we're back on Kyle's 433 cubic inch Pontiac engine build. It's been a little more than a month and a half since we've worked on this. Life gets in the way. Spring, yard work, Kenny working, me not working, but doing a whole bunch of other stuff, drag racing and all that fun jazz. But anyway, if you saw in previous videos, we have done quite a bit of work with this engine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link into the playlist so you can kind of get caught up. However, that being said, in this video, what we're going to do is we are actually going to be putting in the pistons and rods. And if you saw in other videos, we're not even going to have to measure for bearing clearance with the good old plastic gauge, because what we originally did is we did it the right way. We measured the crank journals, recorded all that, and then we put together the rods and pistons with the bearings in there, torqued it down, and used a dial bore gauge, and went ahead and measured everything there to determine our actual bearing clearance. So what we're going to do in this video is get everything installed, get everything torqued down, and this is a different torque sequence than normal, and we've done that in another video, what I will explain here once we go to do that. But so yeah, that's the plan. Me and Mad Dog Kenny is we're going to get all 8 of these, actually only 7 because I've already poked one in. We're going to get all 8 of them installed, and we're going to call it good on that, because the next videos we're going to do is we're going to button up the bottom end, get all that done, because what we really want to do is get this ready to go so we can go back up to Wisconsin, have it broken in, because these pistons are coated, as you saw in another previous video, but we really want to get this in Kyle's GTO. So with that, I'm rambling. Let me show you what we're working with. All right, so the pistons and rods, obviously they're a forged Ross Racing pistons that we got from Butler, and they are a Molnar rod. And we are using really good rod bearings on these. I do want to say that these were the Clevites. To install them, I'm using the Proform piston ring install tool. This works absolutely awesome. Got everything laid out. Everything's numbered, so I know what to do on that. And like I said, the block's ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start poking these in there, and Kenny's going to button them up on the bottom end, and then we're going to spin it around, and then we're going to get everything torqued. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to get, this one prepped here, and I'm using Clevite bearing guard. And all I'm going to do is take that on there, and I'm going to get that nice and lubricated, and even on the sides a little bit. Get it all nice and lubricated on that. The reason you want to do that is this stuff is very tacky, and it'll prevent it from having a dry start. I'm going to pass that off to Kenny, and we're going to take the cap, and I'm going to do the same thing, just like that. Get it all nice and lubed. I'm going to set that aside for right now. And here's the cool part, guys. I've already put on the rod bolts itself. All right, so here's what I'm using on the rod bolts itself. This is what I used when I went ahead and checked the bearing clearance and torqued everything down. It was recommended. Extreme Pressure Lube number 3 works absolutely freaking awesome. So that's what I used on the rod bolts. So the way to do this is pretty simple. I'm using a VR1 Racing 50 weight oil, and what you're going to do is you're going to put some oil on this. We're going to smear all this around pretty well, just like that. And this is one of those things, guys, where you just want to take your time and go slow. You don't want to force it, because you can definitely mess things up. So then from there, if you want to flip that around, Kenny, go down like that. And what that's going to do is, if you look, it's going to collapse those piston rings just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and have Kenny hold that for a second.
Got it.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lube up the cylinder real quick. And to do that, all I'm going to do is take some oil on my hand. And mind you, want to make sure your cylinders are clean. And this thing is extremely clean, probably cleaner than my house right now. And I'm going to rub some oil in the cylinder walls. Add some extra lubricant on there, even though everything else is lubed up nice. And just in case, I'll show you what we're going to do. We're going to take a little bit of oil And I'm going to pop this back off. I'm going to have Kenny hold the ring. What we're going to do is, should have done this first. Always make sure your orientation is also correct, guys, on your rings when you go to do this. Like I said, these pistons are coated, so I'm just going through and making sure these are all nice and lubed up. Make sure my rings are oriented correctly. And then we're going to go back and do that again. And that what happens is that compresses the ring.
That one's about bowled out. Right there.
Just like that. All right, now this is the fun part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on in the cylinder straight as I can, like that. And what Kenny's going to do,
Yep, I got it.
let me check the journal real quick. I'm going to get it away from the journal. All right, so you got journal down. This is where you take a nice mallet. You just tap. Just like that. All right, if you look on that journal, we got the rod lined up on here. And all I'm going to do is we're going to take the cap, and you got to make sure that, one, you make sure the radius is correct. You want the large radius towards the outside or the fillet of the crankshaft. And you just carefully go in here like this. And what I'm going to do is get this thing moved back into place where it should be, for one. Okay, right there. So all I'm going to do is carefully put that up into place, just like that. And we're just going to snug these into place at first. That way, when, like I said, we're done, we'll flip the engine and we'll get everything torqued. Got my handy dandy speed wrench. What I do, guys, is I go a little bit at a time to snug it up. I don't go one side or the other. It's something I like doing. Makes it a little bit safer, in my opinion. You don't hit the journals. So just snugging them up. There we go. Now what Kenny and I are going to do is we're going to get all the rest of them all taken care of. All right, so Kenny and I got all the pistons installed. It went very, very easy and smooth. That ARP ring tool works very, very well. It's meant for this size bore. Like I said, I snugged up everything. So this is the sequence where we're going to start torquing stuff down. I did go in and check rod side clearance. Everything looks great. But in a previous video on this project, we talked about torquing the rod bolts. This isn't the typical old school rods where it's called 40 foot-pounds and call it good. If you look from a previous video, these are the 7/16 by 1/600 under head length ARP 2000 bolts. recommended stretch 60 to 64 thousandths. And the way you do that is 30 foot-pounds of torque and then 60 degrees. You have to have a specialty torque wrench for this. I've already, in another video, I checked all these, so I know exactly where it needs to be on that stretch. And in a previous video, I actually did get right in the middle, about 62 thousandths, doing exactly that on everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get these torqued. It's actually very simple to do. You do have to have a specialty torque wrench for this. And I actually have one that I got from Harbor Freight. No, it's not a cheap Charlie, Pittsburgh, whatever. It's actually an Icon one. I read really good reviews on it. It's very easy to work with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it set up, and we are going to show you how to do that. And it's, like I said, it's very, very simple, guys. So here is my torque wrench here. It's pretty simple. So I like it. The neat part about this is it's already set up on the angle where it needs to be. If you look there, it was 30 foot-pounds. And what I'll do is I'm going to go 30 foot-pounds, and then it's going to switch over to angle, and it's already set for 60 degrees. So it's pretty simple. You want to do this in one sweeping motion. There we go. It's at 30. There's your 60. I already did this one to test it out, but just to make sure we're good on that one. So what I'll do is I'll go over to the next one. All right, so we got everything torqued down. Like I said, that torque wrench works pretty good. My tutorial kind of sucked. But anyway, long story short, guys, it's set up, it's programmed where it did the initial torque spec at 30, and then it went in and did the angle on that. Like I said, I got many other videos that discuss on how to do all that, and I'll make sure the playlist is in the description. But you got to remember, guys, this engine has the coated pistons in it. So when I do crank this over, it does feel a little bit tighter, and it's because of that. But it spins over freely. Everything's nice. I really dig it. So yeah, pistons are installed. Next up, what Kenny and I are going to do is we're going to get the bottom end buttoned up. We got a really nice oil pump, windage tray, all that fun jazz. We're going to get that done along with the timing chain cover, and get it all buttoned up so we can start putting cylinder heads on this, measuring for push rods and all that fun jazz. But yeah, like I said, guys, all you got to do is take your time, pay attention to what you're doing, make sure your surfaces are clean. The one thing I didn't show is how I actually clean these, which I've shown in other videos. I use coffee filters and transmission fluid. It works very, very, very well. From there, just make sure you get your pistons in the right holes. Make sure you watch what you're doing. And other than that, it's just time, paying attention, and going from there. But with that, guys, we're going to call it good, and we will see you in the next one.